Hey there guys, what's up? Ragtter here, welcoming you back to the Pokémon trading card game online. Now, I did open lots of breakthrough boosters and you might not get to see those because of an audio issue, so I wanted to make it up to you by having just a little bit of an unboxing, sort of mini spree, right? We've got 2 Primal Clash, 1 5-card breakthrough, 2 10-card breakthrough, and 1 Ancient Origins. So first of all, let's get the Primal Clash out of the way. Let's crack these bad boys open. So if I can resolve that issue, you will have even more boosters. It might just have to be with music and maybe like a montage or something, I don't really know. But we got a Kyogre with 130 HP and Spring Tides. Flip a coin until you get tails. This attack does 30 damage times the number of heads. And Ocean Cyclone. This attack does 10 damage to each of your opponent's benched Pokemon for 80 damage. Not the best card in the world, but it's certainly not the worst, and it's got some really nice card art in there as well. And then we have Gorbis with 80 HP and Captivate. Switch one of your opponent's benched Pokemon with one of his or her active Pokemon, and Psychic. This attack does 10 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. It's a nice reverse holo. And we get a Dive Ball. Search your deck for a Water-type Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Shuffle your deck afterward. Energy Retrieval. Put 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your hand. And Professor Birch's Observations. Shuffle your hand into your deck and flip a coin. If heads, draw 7 cards. If tails, draw 4. So basically, Professor Birch's Observations has replaced N, so to speak, because N is no longer standard. Professor Birch's Observations has kind of come in here as a means of mulliganing your hand away, and it's kind of become a staple in most decks. Energy Retrieval has been printed like in every set since the day before Pokemon trading cards were printed. And Dive Ball is an absolute necessity for water-type decks, and as you can see from this pack, this particular set has a ton of water types, so this is the card you're going to be seeking after if you are of that... oh, what's the word? If you want to use that kind of style of play. There we go. That's a good way of putting things. Firstly, and secondly, hello. We have a Full Art Wailord EX with 250 base HP. I just had to take a second to realize that. With the ability Water Veil, whenever you attach an energy card from your hand to this Pokemon, remove all special conditions from it. And High Breaching, 120 damage. This Pokemon is now asleep. For 5 energy, that's atrocious. But the fact that you do get to cure sleep each time you attach an energy to the Wailord, and this effectively makes Wailord immune to status ailments. Because, well, sort of. It's always going to be asleep, so your opponent can't really take advantage of those kinds of attacks. Wailord wakes up, and it gets cured of its status conditions whenever you put water energy onto it. So it might suffer a little burn damage, it might suffer a little poison damage, but at the end of the day, it's going to be very hard to whittle down Wailord that way. So this is a really good card. Plus, look at that full art. As if Wailord needed to be any bigger, am I right? Or am I right? Hey. Ah, jeez. Our other rare was a Ludicolo. When this Pokemon is healed, double the amount healed. That's actually really good. With Astonish. Choose a random Pokemon from your opponent's hand. Your opponent reveals that card and shuffles it into his or her deck for 1 energy. That's really, really good. And Splash Dance. During your next turn, this Pokemon Splash Dance attack does 60 more damage. So in the early game, this could really be devastating, and you can actually get this out on turn 2 with a double colorless energy. That is to say, if you used a rare candy on your Lotad, because you would still have to take 2 turns to evolve the Ludicolo. So, I am of 2 minds about this. I will definitely have to see how this Ludicolo plays, but it seems like a very interesting card. 130 HP is pretty bulky for a non-Pokemon EX. It's stage 2 as well, which helps. It's not the hardest hitting, but I think it's got potential. I'll have to see. I'll have to think about it. There's that Gorbis card again. We also have a Doublade with 80 HP and False Swipe. Flip a coin. If heads, put damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon until its remaining HP is 10, and slash 460. We then have a Mr. Mime, and oh geez, I'm going to have to squint to read this. 80 HP. Move a Pokemon tool card attached to one of either player's Pokemon to another of that player's Pokemon that doesn't already have a Pokemon tool attached to it. If there is no Pokemon to move the tool card to, this attack does nothing. So it's literally a trick from the video games. Okay. Interesting. I feel like that could have been summarized a lot better, but mostly I'm just kind of bitter because I had to squint. My eyes aren't the best. I need to go see the old eye doctor. And lock up. The defending Pokemon can't retreat during your opponent's next turn for 30 damage. Well, I mean, I don't like Mr. Mime, and this isn't the worst Mr. Mime card I've ever seen, so I'll take it. And then we have this adorable Horsey, this adorable Meryl, this adorable Sphere, this kind of angry-looking Electrike, and this adorable little Mudkip. I mean, I love Electrike. That's like one of my favorite electric types. Okay, let's get this Ancient Origins done now. Rip. Show me what you've got. Ooh. And here we go. Vileplume. 130 HP, Irritating Pollen. Each player can't play any item cards from his or her hand. I have seen so many people try to use this on me, and I can usually win before they're able to get Vileplume into play. I have no idea if this is actually any good as a result of that. I am a little afraid to find out because of how reliant my decks tend to be on item cards, specifically the Battle Compressor. So, this is one of those sit on the bench and do nothing but be irritating kind of Pokemon. And I think it's excellent at that, so keep an eye out for Vileplume, and you might want to have some Lysanders in order to deal with this thing. Speaking of which, switch one of your opponent's benched Pokemon, with his or her active Pokemon. Reverse Holo actually looks really nice. This Lysander card is basically a staple in every deck. You need at least one of these in order to be able to get the jump on one of your opponent's Pokemon and be able to nab that prize card in the bud. This can make or break a game, really. It's that powerful. And then we have a Sliggoo with 70 HP, and Bubble. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. And Melt, which somehow does damage. 20 of it. And a 3 retreat cost? What are you doing, Sliggoo? Now this is a card I actually haven't seen before. Eco Arm. Shuffle 3 Pokemon tool cards from your discard pile back into your deck. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. I could see this being a tech card put into the occasional deck. Just to have. Just to make use of. It's not really anything too special, but it's pretty efficient. You're putting down 1, getting 3. So, not bad. Then we have Sableye with 70 HP and Bewitching Eyes. Choose a supporter card from your opponent's discard pile and use it as the effect of this attack. I've actually used this to great effect. I've probably mentioned this every time I open the Sableye, but it's pretty disruptive and it's pretty fun. And Furtive Drop. Put 3 damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon. 30 damage for 2 energies, not really the best. But, it's something. It's just a means of doing damage, really. And now the pictures. Slightly distressed looking Magikarp. Aww. A happy little Oddish. Yaw. A Wooper. Oh, my boy, Porygon. Painted? That's a really weird card texture. I wonder what that looks like physically in a real card. Meow meow, it's Persian. Very sly, very cool card art. Okay, now it's time for Breakthrough. 5 cards, let's roll. Here we go. And... whoa, okay. Alright, not used to seeing this. Okay. Marowak Break. I'm having to turn my head sideways if you couldn't tell. Break evolution rule. Marowak Break retains the attacks, abilities, weaknesses, resistance, and retreat cost of its previous evolution, so that's kind of cool. Bone Revenge. This attack does 40 more damage for each prize card your opponent has taken. So this could be really good at the end of a game. And I don't know what the Marowak this is supposed to go with does. It says it retains its attacks and abilities. What does that mean? What does that mean? I don't understand. I'm honestly baffled. I had no idea this mechanic existed. I'm kind of in the dark about this set. I've been avoiding spoilers so I could see my reactions live. I wasn't expecting to be dumbfounded by a card. I just don't know how to react to this. The card art's cool though, I'll give it that. Next up is Vanillish. With 70 HP, it has Ice Edge. Flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 30 more damage. You know how I feel about that. And Icy Wind. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. A guaranteed sleep is actually pretty good. So, keep an eye out for that Vanillish. It might disrupt you. Then we have a very upset-looking Snorlax. 120 HP, with the ability Plump Body. Any damage done to this Pokemon by attacks is reduced by 30. That's not bad. That's a lot of damage reduction, actually. But it's kind of ruined by this. Knock Away. Flip a coin. If head, this attack does 30 more damage. It comes off base 50, so at most you're going to be doing 80, and for 4 energy, that's really inefficient. Like, golly. Then you have this Doduo, and I actually really like this card art. Is it like coming out of a Pokeball? Man, I have so many questions. And then we got this little Hoot Hoot. This is interesting card art. It's like kind of a caricature. Like, look at the little thing in the background. Huh. Hum-de-hum. Interesting. Alright, well, time to see what else Breakthrough has to offer. Man, that was... I don't know how to react to that Marowak card. I'm still flustered by it. It's like so... Ooh, Staryu! So new. So foreign. Another one! Come on! Okay, alright, this is a card I'm familiar with. I can get behind this. So we have a 110 HP Cresselia with My Way. If there is any Stadium card in play, this Pokemon has no retreat cost. That's amazing. And Moonlight Gain. Heal 20 damage from this Pokemon. 70 damage. This is not the best card in the world, but if you need like a low budget kind of psychic type attacker, I could see Cresselia fitting into your deck, especially if you run a Stadium card, so... Alright, let's address the big golden elephant in the room. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to have to turn my head sideways again. Florges Break retains the attacks, abilities, weaknesses, resistance, and retreat cost of its previous evolution. And its ability, and it only has an ability, well I guess since it has Florges' attack. Floral Breeze. Once during your turn, before you attack, you may heal 30 damage and remove a special condition from your active Pokemon. Okay, I can see that would be pretty amazing. I can see how that would be really cool. This is like having a slightly weaker Pokemon Center lady, except you also get to play a supporter card at the end. So, I could definitely see how this Florges would see some play. I have no idea how the break mechanic works. I honestly need to look that up. But then we also have a Swoobat with Wave Amplification. During your next turn, this Pokemon's Returning Echo attack does 60 more damage before applying weakness and resistance. Ooh, 1 energy Returning Echo. Flip a coin. If tails, return this Pokemon at all. Cards attached to it to your hand. Okay. Alright, I thought that was a little too good to be true. So essentially, you can get off 120 damage for 1 energy, which I think is the most efficient attack in the entire game, but it also has the chance of forcing the Swoobat back into your hand, and also it takes 2 turns to set up, so that's really, really bad. Sorry, Swoobat, I mean, you're adorable, but... Reserved ticket, flip a coin. If heads, search your deck for a card, shuffle your deck, and then put that card on top of it. If your deck runs off a specific card, like maybe a Florges EX, I could see this being pretty good. I would honestly only run this in a trick coin deck, though, just to get that guaranteed flip. Just because, you know, if you're reliant on a card enough to want to specifically search for it with a reserved ticket, then you're going to want to stack that chance as much as you can, so. Not the best, but not the worst. And then we have Brixen, 80 HP with Flamethrower, discard an energy attached to this Pokemon. Does 70, that's actually kind of a lot for a Stage 1 Pokemon. And then we have a happy little Pansage. My man, my Staryu. Look at it just chillin'. It spins forever, man. This card's awesome. I love Staryu. We have a Piplup, a Ralts, and a Pansear. That's all so cute. I almost can't take it. Alright, what are you gonna blow my mind with this time, Breakthrough? Oh, we only get one super special card this time. Oh, it's you. Simipour, 90 HP. Green Fling, put 3 grass-type energy cards from your discard pile into your hand. That's weird. Hand Fling. This attack does 10 damage times the number of cards in your hand. Well, I mean, this attack can hit at a maximum of 600, so I guess that's worth it in the end. I mean, think about it. I think the most HP on any Pokemon card is that Wailord EX we opened up earlier with 250 HP. So, for this card to KO it, you would need to have 25 cards in your hand. For it to reliably KO most other cards, you have to have at least 12, which is kind of unreasonable, and there's a lot that can disrupt this, so I don't like Simipour anyway. I don't feel bad giving it a bad verdict. Our reverse holo is this adorable little Cacnea with swagger. Flip a coin. If heads, discard an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Potentially very disruptive. 10 damage is not the best, but hey, look at that cute little card art. We have a very angry looking Magneton. 80 HP with Static Shock. My favorite, well, not my favorite. I loved that TV show when I was a kid, though. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. My favorite was Pokemon. Electro Ball. Discard an energy attached to this Pokemon. Oh. More electric type milling. That's pretty cool. Alright, and then we have Snorlax and Brixen, Pancham, an adorable little Zora, a little ribbon. Look at it. A Snover, Ghastly, and Staryu. Okay. Well, that's about half the size of the packs that I opened before, so if I can salvage that footage, I will, and I'm sorry that you guys have to deal with this short thing. But we did get some really cool cards, and I was left speechless by this break mechanic. I have no idea how it works. I'm gonna have to research into that, and I will let you guys know what I find out. So, if you have enjoyed this, please leave a like and a comment telling me how much fun you had, and I will be back next time to open more boosters with you, because this is amazingly fun. Until then, take care and have a good one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye!